What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's Carlo. Today, I wanted to talk about self-talk. This kind of piggybacks off my last video about knowing yourself, because in order to keep knowing yourself and to remind yourself of who you are, you have to talk to yourself. So that's self-talk. But self-talk, that's just like one part of it. It really is a big part of loving yourself, right? We're all on a journey to self-love, or hopefully you should be. It's your job to fill your own cup so that you don't burden those around you with that task. All other love outside of you should be extra, should be overflow to your cup. And so that starts with how you speak to yourself, right? That's one way to fill your own cup. Now, this is a hard task. We all have automatic thoughts that will just pop in our head in different situations, and a lot of them might be negative, and they come from childhood. They come from things we've heard other people say to us, conclusions we've made based on what other people have said to us. There's just so many instances in life growing up where these automatic thoughts have been developed, and your brain's just kind of wired to run them through your head, right? You can't help them. But once you're conscious of them, you can try to stop them. You get to choose, which thoughts you keep, which thoughts still serve you, which ones don't, and to toss them out, to let them just pass and have no meaning, right? What may have once served you growing up as a child might not serve you anymore. And it's your job to filter that so that you can become the best version of yourself. So, for example, let's say when you were young, every time you did something or tried your best, one of your family members criticized you. They always pointed out the one thing that you did wrong, right? And as a child, your brain automatically just might internalize that as a thought of, oh, I'm not good enough, or I always do something wrong, I always mess up, my best is not enough, right? And the more that instance happens, the more that thought is solidified in your brain. And then now you're an adult, and you find yourself every time you make a mistake, those thoughts flood your head, whether you actually believe them still or not. But the fact that you have them and think them, you're still internalizing them. You're still letting them repeat, right? And once you can identify, like, oh, that is a thought that, my brain made when I was young, and it no longer serves me today, right? Because you just made a mistake. It's okay. People make mistakes. We're human. That doesn't say anything about your worth, your capabilities, etc. You now have the power to, like, when you have those thoughts that are automatic and just run through your head, to, one, acknowledge that it's happening, and then two, let them go. No, they don't mean anything anymore, right? And then, most importantly, replace them with positive self-talk. Remind yourself, I am capable. I am good enough. My best is enough, right? Just combating thoughts, positive affirmations, that help eliminate the negative thoughts. And the more you can practice stopping those negative thoughts and replacing them with positive ones, the more you'll start to feel the effects of that, the more you'll start to feel better about yourself. And this all ultimately comes from a place of self-love, right? You should want the best for yourself, and it's important to love yourself, like I said, filling your own cup, in order to become the best version of yourself. And sometimes it is hard because when those negative thoughts are on repeat and you actually believe them, it's hard to feel that you actually love yourself and to believe any positive thoughts that you're trying to replace them with. But that kind of comes with the, I guess, the fake it till you make it kind of sentiment, where the more you practice it, the more you'll start to believe it, right? You're resetting your brain, so it's okay that, you might not believe it when you start telling yourself the positive things, but just keep practicing it. Just keep at it. And at some point, once all of your thoughts are positive, you'll then start to believe them more, right? Because then those will be the only thoughts in your brain. So yeah, that's self-talk. It's a rewiring of those negative automatic thoughts. And once you can master speaking kindly to yourself, right? Having grace for yourself, and also reminding yourself of who you are, you're going to start to, for lack of better words, like flourish in yourself. Like I said in the last video of knowing who you are, things that people tell you won't affect you anymore because you'll be able to have that loving self-thought, right? If someone tells you what's something mean someone could say, I don't know if this is the best example, but I just thought, like, you stink, like, literally, like, you're stinky. Like, with maybe, like, some kid outside, you're at the grocery store, and they're like, you're so stinky. I guess someone could internalize that as, oh man, like, I'm stinky, like, feel bad about yourself, But, that's where that positive self-talk would come in, right? Have that grace with yourself, that care, that love for yourself, to remind yourself, oh, like, that's just a kid. Kids say things very bluntly. No, like, oh, I just came from the gym. I worked extra hard today. Maybe I sweated through my deodorant and, my body odor is starting to, like, leak through. That's just facts. That doesn't mean I'm a stinky person. That kid just caught me on an off day, I don't need to feel bad about myself, but I can acknowledge, like, oh, like, maybe I do stink a little bit. I'll remember, like, next time when I go to the gym and I plan to, like, put in that extra work to maybe just bring my deodorant stick with me, right? Just like that. Like, it's similar to how, like, you would expect a loving parent to speak to you as a child. And I know we didn't all get that, but that's the beauty in adulthood, is you get to reparent yourself, right? You get to be that adult that speaks to yourself kindly, and that will heal your inner child. That will heal your current self, any wounds that you still have. Only you can do that. It is easy to try to want to rely on other people, like if you're in a relationship or if you have, like, really great friends, to take their words into account to heal us. And it's okay that, something positive that other people say makes you feel good about yourself. But, like I said, at the end of the day, sorry, I had an alarm go off, but, at the end of the day, it should come from yourself. Everything else is extra. It is your responsibility to heal yourself. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a hard task, hard pill to swallow sometimes, but it's reality. That's how you become the best version of yourself, and in turn, you'll be able to have better relationships because other people will not be like unconsciously held to the expectation to fill your cup or the burden of filling your cup. Not that it's a burden, but it's not their responsibility, so I guess it kind of, it's a task that is not theirs. Yeah, that's it for today. I'm trying to think if there's anything else about self-talk. Oh, a helpful tip, I guess, because self-talk, positive self-talk, is coming from a place of love for yourself. If you're having trouble believing that you love yourself, like I said, I think I mentioned it earlier already, fake it till you make it. Sometimes it's easier to kind of detach it from yourself, right? You can ask yourself, what would someone who loves me tell me right now in this moment? And then tell yourself those things. And eventually, that separate self that you're thinking of, oh, like someone who loves me, will start to merge with yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's all coming from yourself, right? But when it's hard to believe, it's good to separate it for a moment. As long as you're still getting those thoughts in, eventually it'll all merge. And you will be the person saying it. You will believe that you love yourself and believe the words that you're saying. So, yeah, that's just like a little tip in case that part is hard. Yeah. Always remember to be patient. Growth is not linear. It's okay to, take steps backwards sometimes, but just always remember to keep pushing forward, right? Don't get stuck. You're the only person that can pull yourself out of that. It's like the quote, like, you are your worst enemy. Yeah. You are your worst enemy, but let me rewrite that for you guys. You're also your best lover. You know how to love yourself the best. You know your needs the best. No one else is inside your brain to tell you what words you need to hear, what affirmations you need to hear. Only you know that. So harness that power. I believe in you in case you need that little head start, right? I believe in you. I hope you believe in yourself. And I'm proud of you for trying. You should be too. That's it for today. I hope this message receives you well. I hope it serves you well. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, week. Keep taking care of yourselves. Peace.